We continue now at the top of Daf Yud Amid Beis in Meseches Shabbos. This is Shabbos Daf 10b. The Gemara just left off saying that it's questionable whether or not a person can designate an area Beis HaKisei, even though it's never been used, that it should have the status of a Beis HaKisei, of a bathroom. But when it comes to a Beis HaMerchatz, when it comes to a bathhouse, certainly there is no designation. So the Gemara wants to know, maybe, or was suggesting, should there be a difference? Shouldn't there be a difference? The Gemara says yes, there may in fact be a difference. Shani Beis HaKisei demois. A Beis HaKisei is different because it's disgusting. That's why by a Beis HaKisei there's a possibility that there's a designation, but by a bathhouse there certainly would not be. Rashi explains, Shani Beis HaKisei demois v'shem meguna olav. It's disgusting. It's got a name of being disgusting. Mishum hachi mesafkolan behazmonasa. That's why there's a doubt that if you designate an area Beis HaKisei, so now you're designating it an area that's meguna, so maybe it should have such a halacha. But by a Beis HaMerchatz, there's no reason to say such a halacha. Continuing at the two dots, it said that Ein Sham She'elas Shalom, in certain parts of the bathhouse, you're not allowed to say Shalom to one's friend. Messiah Leila Rav Hamnuna Mishmei De'ula. This supports the position of Rav Hamnuna in the name of Ula. D'Yamar, he says, Asr la'adam she'yit en Shalom l'chaveira bebeis HaMerchatz. It is forbidden for a person to say Shalom to his friend in the Beis HaMerchatz, Mishum Shenemar, because it says in the pasuk, Vayikro lo Hashem Shalom. This is a pasuk in Shoftim, in the Navi Shoftim. It says he called him Hashem Shalom, which the Gemara understands to mean, Rashi says, Vayikro lo Gidon LaHaKadosh Baruch Hu Hashem Shalom. God, Gidon called HaKadosh Baruch Hu with the name Hashem Shalom, with the name Shalom, and therefore you see it's a name of God, and you can't say that inside the Beis HaMerchatz. The Gemara says, Elamayat, if that's the case, Heimenusa nami asur l'meimer bebeis HaKisei. You shouldn't be allowed to say Heimenusa. Right? Rashi says, what's Heimenusa? Lahazkir emuna bebeis HaKisei, to mention the word emuna in the Beis HaKisei. This was a common phrase when people, I guess, would be making a kind of deal with one another. They wanted to say that we trust one another, so they would use this term Heimnusa. Now, it's surprising to the Gemara that one shouldn't be allowed to say this in the Beis HaKisei. D'chsiv, because it says Hakel HaNeman. Again, it seems like God is called Neman. So now you're going to say, just like you can't say Shalom in the Beis HaMerchatz, you're not allowed to say Heimnusa in the Beis HaKisei. Can't be. If you're going to say, no, that is the case, you can't say Hemnusa. Rava bar Machsia, Rav Chama bar Guri, Rav. But Rava bar Machsia said in the name of Rav Chama bar Guri, in the name of Rav, explicitly, Shori lemeimar Hemnusa bebeis HaKisei. A person is allowed to say Hemnusa in the Beis HaKisei. So the Gemara explains, the Gemara answers, Hasam over there, Shem Gufe lo Ikri Hachi. We're not saying the name of God is Emunah. The Mitargaminon Eloah Mehimna. Rather, the translation there is he's the trustworthy God. Essentially, we would say in English, it's an adjective. It's just a description, it's not his name. Hacha Shem Gufe Ikri Shalom. But here, the name of God is itself Shalom, D'chsiv, like it says, by Yikra lo Hashem Shalom. It says, he called him Hashem Shalom. Gemara just quoted Rava bar Machsi in the name of Rav Chama bar Guri in the name of Rav, so the Gemara now quotes other statements made by the same set of Amoraim. V'yamar Rava bar Machsi, Amar Rav Chama bar Guri, Amar Rav. Rava bar Machsi says in the name of Rav Chama bar Guri in the name of Rav, Hanosin matona l'chaveiro, person gives a gift to his friend, tzarich lo di halachas, person needs to let his friend know that he gave the gift. Shenemar, like it says, ladas ki ani Hashem mekadishchem, you should know that I am Hashem who made you holy. Tanya Nam Yach, we have a brisa like this as well. Ladas ki ani Hashem mikadishchem, the same pasuk. What does it mean? Amar le HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moshe. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe, Matana tova yeshli bebeis genazi v'Shabbos Shema. I have a great gift in my storehouse, and its name is Shabbos. V'ani mevakesh litna li Yisrael, and I want to give it to Klal Yisrael. Leich v'hodiyam. You should go and let them know that I'm giving them this great gift. So the Gemara says, Mikan Amr Rav Shimon Gamliel. From here, Rav Shimon Gamliel says, from this fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe Rabbeinu to tell Klal Yisrael that he's giving them this gift of Shabbos, that therefore a person hanosen pas latinok, if somebody gives bread to a child, tzarich lohodia le'imo, the person needs to let his mother know that he gave this gift. So you see again the same idea. This brisa says essentially the same thing that Rava bar Machsia says in the name of Rav Chama bar Guri in the name of Rav. Person gives the gift to somebody else, he needs to let the person know. My avidle, what should the person do to the child that will make the mother aware that this gift was given? Amar Abai says, Shaif le mishcha, he should take a little bit of oil and smear it, umali le kuchla, and he should put a little kuchla, as Rashi says here, actually, Shaif le mishcha, yeshafshenu b'shemen beinein, put a little oil between his eyes, davar hanira shetishalenu imo, that way the mother will ask him, Mi Asakain, who did this? V'yomer Allah hatinok ploni asa v'gam pas nasanli. So then the tinok will answer, so and so did it, gave me some bread. Umali lekoch lenosin kachul saveveno. You put a little of this makeup around the eye. V'chein lashona b'talmud. That's the lashon we have for kochla in the Talmud. So you do this kind of sign, and that will alert the mother that this that the gift was given. Nowadays, the chashin l'kshafim. Nowadays, we're worried about witchcraft of sorcery, so this is not a good sign. People will think there was something bad that happened. So what should be the sign be? Amar Rapapa says, shoyif le'meosa amin. You take a little from whatever the gift was, and again you put it between the child's eyes. So the Gemara says, Ini, is this halacha really true? Does a person really need to let someone know when he gives a gift? Amar Rav Chama Bar Chanina. Rav Chana Bar Chanina says, slight gears to change over here. Could be Barabi Chanina. So Rav Chama Barabi Chanina says, V'yomer Rav Chama Barabi Chanina hanosin matana l'chaveiro. If somebody gives a gift to his friend, ein tzarech lo dio. Your person doesn't need to let his friend know. Shenamar, like it says, Moshe lo yada ki koran or panav b'dabro ito. It says Moshe Rabbeinu had no idea that there was a light shining from his face when he spoke because he spoke to God. So the Gemara says, lo kash, it's not difficult. Ha b'milsa da'avida legluye, ha b'milsa da'la avida legluye. If it's something that in the end will become known to the person anyhow, you don't need to tell him. That's the case with Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu eventually, of course, found out that he had this light shining from him. But when it comes to something that the person would never know about, so then there's an obligation to let the person know that the gift was given. So Gemara says, one second, what about our original source? Shabbos Daf Shabbos is something that's going to be known. So why did he have to tell Moshe Rabbeinu to let the Jews know? The Gemara says, Matan schara lo avil legluy. It's true that Shabbos itself was going to be known, but not the reward. That's the part that needs to be told by Moshe Rabbeinu to Klal Yisrael. Rav Chisda having naket biyadei tarta matanta de Torah. So Rav Chisda had in his hand, he had two gifts from the ox. So Rashi explains over here, having naket tarti matanta de Torah. What does it mean? He had these two gifts from the ox. Zug shel zroa l'chayayim v'keva. It means that he had a pair. He had two a pair of zroa l'chayim and keva, which are parts of the animal. Shenasnu lo. These are gifts that are given to the Kohen. He was a Kohen. V'rashoy la'achil and liYisrael. But these are, unlike truma, these are things that can be given to a Yisrael to eat. Story is going to involve Rav Chisda giving these away. Rashi has a note over here. Now, even though Rav Chisda lived in Chutz La'aretz, lo yalfin and mehacha, we should not learn from here that nowadays we should be noeg manas kahuna in Chutz La'aretz. Because nowadays the minhag is to follow the three elders. Rabbi Yoshi b'kilayim, Rabbi Yoshi's opinion with regards to kilayim, Rabbi Yehuda b'tvilas balikirion, Rabbi Yehuda when it comes to tvila of balikirion, of balkeri, of Talmud Torah, as far as Talmud Torah, and this is the important one. Rabbi Eloi b'reishus hagez. There's Rabbi Eloi's opinion by Reishus Hagez, which is also one of the Manas Kuna. Shaya Omer Eino Noeg Ela Ba'aretz. He held that it's only in Eretz Yisrael. V'chein Matanas b'mei Rav Chisda. When it comes to Matanas in the days of Rav Chisda, Kati lo Noeg Rav Eloi. They still didn't follow Rav Eloi's opinion. V'mei Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak no kivasi b'Reishus Hagez v'lo b'Matanas. He says that in the times of Rav Nachman Yitzchak, the minhag changed, and they followed this opinion by Reishus Hagez, but still not by Matanas. V'hashta kachazina d'Noeg af b'Matanas. And nowadays we see that the minhag is even by Matanas to follow Rabbi Eloi, not to have it in Chutz La'aretz. Just like a minhag can develop but when it comes to Reishus Hagez in the days of Rav Nachman v'lo machino, but we don't protest against such a minhag. We all follow nowadays also we don't change the minhag. So it's interesting. Rashi actually gets into a little bit of the halacha l'maisa and says the minhag nowadays is not to be giving matanas in Chutz La'aretz, even though Rav Chisda did receive matanas manas kun in Chutz La'aretz. So in any case, the Gemara says. Here the story continues. Rav Chisda avinakat biyadei tarti matanta de Torah. Rav Chisda had in his hand these two matanas, zroa l'chayim and keva from an ox. Amar, he said, Kol man da'asi v'amar li shmaita charata mishmei de Rav. Anybody who comes to me and tells me a new sugya, a new chiddush, in the name of Rav, Yahivna lei nehilei, I'm going to give it to him. Amar le Rav bar Machsia, so Rav bar Machsia said, Hachi Amar Rav, so says Rav. Hanosein matana l'chaveiro, somebody who gives a matana to his friend, tzarech lo dio, he needs to let him know. That's this very chiddush we had before. Shenamar, like it says, ladas ki ani Hashem mekadishchem, gave the same source. So Yavanile gave him the gifts. Amar, he said, chavivin alach shmaita de Rav kuli hai, are the sugyas of Rav so beloved to you? Amar le, he said, they are. Amar le, he said, hainu damar Rav, that's what Rav said when he said, milsal bishayu yakira, that people on those, Rashi explains the reference. Milsa alivishayu yakira mi'il dom of yakarim l'misha ragil lovsho. A garment is very precious to someone who's used to wearing it. Kilomar lafisha ata talmido shel Rav. What he meant was, because you're a Talmud of Rav, a ragel b'shmuosaf, because Rav Chisda regularly heard his sugyas, atam mechazrachem. That's why you follow after those sugyas. So he meant to say to him, it makes sense why to you, Rav's teachings are so beloved, because you're a Talmud of Rav when you hear them, so you always want to hear more. So he said, Amar Lei said, Amar Rav Hachi. Rav said such a thing. That's an even better statement than the one you gave me before. If I had more gifts, I would give you those gifts. So he was happy. He was even happier with the second statement now quoted in the name of Rav than he was with the first. Gemara now continues again. Another statement from the same Rava Bar Machsi in the name of Rav Chama Bar Guri in the name of Rav. A person should never treat one child different than his other children. Because of the little extra thing that Yaakov gave, Rashi's talking here, Rashi says, Mishkal Beis Sloim, the weight of 2 Sloim, Lav Dafka Nakat. It's not exactly how much this cloak, this garment, the special cloak that he gave Yosef was. It's Lav Dafka, but the point is a small little thing. But Talmidei Rabbeinu Yitzchak Halevi Matzasi, Rashi says that I found in the Talmidim of Rabbeinu Yitzchak Halevi, Ksones Pasim, Soviv Pasiyado, Nosan Milas, Velo Kol Ksones. It means to say, what is Ksones Pasim? There was a little milas that surrounded the area where the sleeve and the sleeve area. So that's why maybe it was only Mishkal Beis Sloim. It was just a little bit of a better garment than the garment he was giving his other sons. So 2 explanations, whether it's really the weight of 2 Sloim, should we take that literally, or it's Lav Dafka. But in any case, the point is, because of this little change, the way that Yaakov treated Yosef Mishar Bonav. Okay, again, Shabeshvil Mishkal Shnei Slam Mila Shanasan Yaakov Yosef Mishar Bonav, because of this extra treatment that he got, Niskanu Bo Echav V'Niskalgal Hadavar V'Yardu Avoselim Mitzrayim. So his brothers became jealous, and eventually the situation devolved, and our forefathers went down to Mitzrayim. Another statement. A person should always try to sell in a city which is more recent, which is a newer city. Why? Because of the fact that it's a newer city, it has accumulated less sins. This happened with Avram Avinu when it came to Lot, when they were escaping Sodom. The pasuk says as follows: "Shenemar," like it says, "Hinei no ha'ir hazos krova lanus shama." It says this city that's close by to flee to, vihi mitzar, and it is mitzar. So what does this all mean? So my krova. What does it mean that it's close? Ilaim a krova de mekarva. Mitzar means it's small. So if it means literally that it's closer, vizuta, and it's a small city, mitzar, vakachazula, they could see the city. You don't need to tell the person that it's close and small. We could see it. What does it really mean? What it really means is that since this city was settled recently, so it had less sins, and therefore it's a good place to escape. While Sodom was being destroyed, this was a place where Lot could escape and not be killed. Amar Rav Avin says, "Mikra." What is the pasuk that shows that it was settled more recently? The chsiv, like it says, "Imolta na shama." Let me escape there, na, please, right? So nun aleph v'gematria, nun v'charav. And na in gematria, that's nun aleph, it's 51. V'shel Sodom, nun v'beis. And Sodom was 52. V'shalvasa, and it's years of peace. So we'll continue this cheshbon later on in the next daf, but let's just see one Rashi over here. Sheishivasa krova. It was the city over here was recently settled. Shana achas kidma Sodom. The idea here is that Sodom was settled 1 year earlier. Kedemefarish shel Sodom chamishim ushtayim. Sodom was 52 years old. Now Rashi explains, Dal karchach bonei migdol be'eretz Shinor hayu. So we know the people who built the Tower of Bavel, they were in the land of Shinor. V'lo haya yisha bolam, nowhere else. People didn't live anywhere else. Only that valley, like it says. Vayikol haaretz saf echas v'gomer, vayhi benasam yikedem misham nafutzu l'mekomos acherem kishen ispalgu. So it's only from there that they would spread out. Now, if you do the math, from when the Dor HaFlaga was until Sdom was destroyed, it's 52 years. It's at the end of the days of Peleg, like it learned in Seder Olam. It says that Aver was a great Navi. He knew to call his son Peleg. He knew the future that the Dor HaFlaga would occur. Can't be that this happened in the beginning of his years, because Yaktan already had children by that time. And if the Dor HaFlaga was in the middle of his years, we don't know when, Pasuk wouldn't give you something that's unknown. You're not going to get a siman that you can't clarify. Be'ez Mishnos of how old he was. It must be that it was saying that at the end of his days was the Dor HaFlaga. So now do the math. Figure how old Peleg is. Avram is 48 years old when he dies, when Peleg dies. We know when was Sdom destroyed. It was in the 99th year for Avram. It was that at that time that Sarah got the news that she would have a child. So if you do the math, 48 to 99, you see that it is in fact 52 years. So it's 52 years. That's how much time has gone by, and that's for Sodom. But when it comes to this other city, this small city that Lot escaped to, so that was only 51 years old. Again, we'll continue with a little of this cheshbon in the next video on Daf Yud Aleph Amud Aleph.